freedom of their people. They go with horses and chariots. Some of them go with sword, like you see here. Mara. Mara, the dragon sword. I want you to understand that we are not hiding our fight for the Biafra freedom. You know, a lot of people have said a lot of things. We have 127 days to go. Some of you in Biafra land, you have 128 days to go to Biafra. This evening is not evening of exposition. It is evening of message. I want Biafrans to pay attention very attentively of the announcement we are going to make this evening. To all the Biafra men on ground, internal memo has been sent. Internal memo has been sent. And you are going to receive that internal memo from the respective quarters. But there are some of the announcements that, or some of the information that I'm going to pass publicly, especially to Biafrans. And it is very, very important. Those of you that has been very worried about the upsurge of terrorists in Biafra land, that they are kidnapping our people now. And today we are witnessing abduction of Biafrans in our various roads. I want to tell you today that is not even the problem. We have asked the criminals and the corrupt politicians that it will take us just 3 weeks to end the terrorist Fulani kidnapping in our land. I want to send message to Biafrans that are following P2B and politicians. We've asked 3 weeks to end Fulani kidnapping and terrorism in Biafra land. Today, did you not see them abducting people in Nsukka, in Enugu, in other part of Biafra land, and the people you are following to fight Eastern Security Network are not talking? Have you seen Soludo condemning the kidnapping by the Fulani terrorists, which is now on rampage? Did you see Ugwanyo of Enugu State? The biggest kidnapping is happening now in Enugu State by Fulani herdsmen. Did you hear Ugwanye condemning the kidnapping of his own citizen in Enugu State? Did you hear that? Have you seen Ugwanye condemning the kidnapping in Enugu State? You will not. But some of you are still following him. Some of you are still talking about Soludo. Some of you are still talking about Umahi. Did you hear any? Have you heard of meeting between the Southeast governors? Have you ever heard where they'll say for the past 1 year that the Southeast Governors Forum said this and said that? Did you hear that? I want to give you some brain this evening. Since the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Southeast governors gathered maybe 2 times. This is 1 year and 6 months. Did you hear where they say Southeast Governors Forum had a meeting? Or the Southern region, how the meeting? And the governors of the Southern region had a meeting. Did you hear that? You don't hear that. Their agenda is to sell all of you for their political gain. And so the message I brought today is not actually message as such, but it's an information. It's an information that I have to pass to every Biafran. I want every Biafran to listen very attentively. Get ready. We are in 127 days to Biafra. Between now and 127 days, Fulani has planned for military takeover. And I want to assure you, Biafrans, that Nigeria military don't have the capacity to take over Nigeria as it stands today. Why I'm going to make this broadcast open today is so that to prepare your mind. Because we told you that Biafra is coming in next year. Some of you, some of you are mocking that particular statement. Prediction or prophecy, I don't know. It is not prophecy. It is not also a prediction. 2023 Biafra is not a prophecy. 2023 Biafra is not a prediction. 2023 Biafra is a planned Biafra. And we are going to execute it. And I want to tell you people today, no matter what that is going to happen from November, stand strong in Biafra land. No matter what that is coming from November, stand strong. I am telling you, it is not going to last for a long time. What the Biafra people must not do is to be subdued by the sudden upsurge and presence of security military in Biafra land from next month, November. Don't panic. They have nothing to offer. I am telling you, they don't have the capacity, they don't have the manpower, they don't have what it takes. But I can assure you that a plan for a Garagara military takeover is already in place. And I want to assure you that they know we have succeeded in stopping the election, not even before the election, even before the end of this year, they have seen that we have succeeded in stopping the election. And they know there is nothing else they can do other than to plan a military takeover. And I want to give a warning to any Biafrans in anywhere, in Biafra land, in any cantonment. We are ready to sacrifice you. And Biafrans are ready to sacrifice you and anybody that is going to rise up, picking up arms to show force in the name of military takeover, so that you are going to have a transition after a few months. You will go down. We told them that in this Biafra liberation phase we are now, the day we are going to march, you will know that you have been attacking the wrong people. You will be asking questions, where are these people from? The sacrifice that Biafra people have made is enough. We are not wishing to make more sacrifice, especially those who are in the military. But if you think that you have arrived to stay in Biafra land and fight against the gods of the land, you will become a sacrificial lamb to Biafra. You are not bigger than 3 million people that died during the Nigeria genocide against Biafra. So the reason why it is important to make this announcement and to keep Biafrans at alert is so that any time there is any param anywhere, we will resist them in Biafra land. We will resist any military takeover in Biafra land. We will resist anything military in Biafra land. As a matter of fact, our ban on checkpoints and military is still enforced. Our ban on any security personnel from Nigeria in Biafra land is still enforced. Our ban on these criminals, who all they do is to come and facilitate Fulani to start kidnapping our people and killing them, is still enforced. The evidences are there. The evidences of Nigeria Boko Haram army collaboration in kidnapping in Biafra land, like what you see happening in Enugu state now, military involvement is there. So the ban on this military and the ban on all these criminals and kidnappers from Biafra land, in Biafra land, is from tonight. The flag will go higher. The ban on siren is still in force. And I want Biafrans to go back to our State of the Nation, where these pronouncements were made. Those pronouncements is from tonight, hereby raised to the highest. With the Biafra people.
All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we'll bring you back-to-back update and information as to the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first. We'll collect them. Let's go down to the news proper. I see the hot. You don't share for the obodo as I go to bring you the information with the drop one by one. Get this organization, what do they call Huriwa? They don't talk say Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's detention is a moral burden on the federal government. Let's go down to the full detail of the information as I go to dish them out one by one. The President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Nze Ozi Chukwu Fidelis Chukwu, says the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, is a burden, moral burden on the federal government. Kanu is being detained in the custody of the DSS over alleged terrorism. According to Nzechukwu, there is no sufficient reason for the prolonged detention of Kanu by the security agencies. Nzechukwu said he would collaborate with some Igbo leaders in government for a collective effort towards the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nzechukwu made the remarks in his inaugural meeting with the NEC held in Enugu. On the forthcoming election of Ohaneze executives, Nzechukwu called the election of credible leaders into the executive of Pan-Igbo Executive. He expressed delight that the Imobi Ohaneze has resolved that there should be a screening committee to ensure that the incoming NEC comprise men and women with integrity. He regretted the disunity among Igbo, recalling the enviable Igbo unity during the Dr. M.I. Okpara regime that propelled the Igbo to become one of the most educated ethnic groups in Africa. According to him, during the Okpara regime, almost all the schools, churches, markets, hospitals, and other social facilities were through the organized town union. There were farm settlements that provided the required agricultural techniques for improved farming activities. There was food sufficient in Igbo land, but most regrettably, the subsequent Igbo leaders appear to have abandoned their responsibilities. He said it was the combination of Igbo internal peace, unity, and food security that registered Eastern Nigeria as one of the fastest growing economy in world under Okpara. Nzechukwu lamented that at present, all forms of agricultural produce ranging from yam, beans, tomatoes, cow, goat, ram, carrot, and garden egg came from the north. He condemned the extortion on various road networks in Igbo land, stating that a trip from Enugu to Onitsha, a distance of 100 kilometers, would take about 4 hours because of numerous money extorting checking points mounted by the army, police, road safety, vehicle inspection officers, and community vigilantes. He decried the lack of vision of the contemporary Igbo leaders, explaining that while Harvard in the USA is curious about the Igbo success through the Igbo apprenticeship scheme, the present crop of Igbo are losing grip of that fascinating Igbo heritage. He attributed the restiveness among Igbo youth to be the direction of Igbo vital values and made a case for the prioritization of the empowerment of Igbo youth. All right, this one is coming from the new president of Igbo, Ndi Igbo, of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. Meanwhile, before we come back to that one, something don't happen for Anambra State. Of course, you know that insecurity have so much ravaged Anambra State in recent times, and Soludo has cried out. He said Soludo declares amnesty for repentant criminals, gives February 2025 for deadline. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, have declared amnesty for repentant criminals. That is, if you are carrying gun in Anambra, if you are doing one thing, the governor of Anambra State said that he has declared amnesty. Amnesty means that if you can drop your arm and confess and come, that nothing will happen to you. The police will not arrest you. You will not go to jail. That is in conclusion of that amnesty. That's what it means. But meanwhile, let's go down to that information. Soludo has offered amnesty to criminals in the state, declaring that they have until the end of February 2025 to lay down their arms. The governor also announced plans to launch a joint security operation to tackle insecurity in the state. Soludo said the operation is condemned Operation Udo Gachi, which means let peace reign. The governor, who briefed journalists at the Anambra State Governor's Lodge on Tuesday, said his government has identified armed robbery, kidnapping, cultism, and touting as the principal problem causing insecurity in the state. He said, as for touting, the state anti-touting agency, codenamed SASA, is tackling that in Onitsha, and they are doing quite well. When we came in as governor, about 7 local government areas were in grip of hoodlums, but we took on them head on and liberated all the communities. Today, we hear that a handful of some of those criminals earlier dislodged have now come together and have been terrorizing the state. We have had reports of people being kidnapped and vehicles snatched, but in the coming days, we will launch Operation Udogachi. We have procured here 168 patrol vehicles, which would be distributed to various security agencies. Apart from the support we will be giving the security agencies, we are also deploying ICT in fight against insecurity. We are calling on criminal elements who would want to partake in our amnesty program to come forward and surrender themselves and their arms. We are giving them from now to end of February to come and surrender, and we will be ready to help them start life afresh. Speaking on the continuous incarceration of the leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the fact that many of the criminals hide under the cover of his detention to perpetrate crime, Soludo insisted that indications have shown that what is happening is organized criminal enterprise and has nothing to do with Kanu's detention. He said, I have been at the forefront of the call of the release of Kanu. I even said that in the worst case scenario, I was ready to keep him here at the government house and produce him anything he needed. Part of the reason was that we really need to sit down to interrogate this whole idea, but for now, saying that the insecurity is because of his detention, I want to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu himself and IPOB, the organization he leads, have made several press releases disassociating themselves from the kidnap for ransom and criminal activities that is ongoing. All right. Welcome back. This is coming from Anambra State. And also their governor, Professor Charles Soludo. He is speaking on behalf of India Anambra, saying that he is declaring amnesty for all the criminal elements in Anambra State. That if they drop their gun, they will be forgiven. And also, he said that what is happening in Anambra does not relate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's issue. And I will say that is where the governor gets this one wrong. Because first of all, everybody know that what is happening in Anambra started as a result of issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it is believed that if he is released from that detention, that there will be peace in Anambra State. But a lot of people have decided not to pay attention on some of this information that are being released, and they felt that they can do it themselves. Remember that before Soludo assumed office, he promised Ndi Igbo that one of the things he will do in office is to make sure that Kanu is released from the DSS detention. But as it is today, I am not seeing any effort that is contributing to make sure that Kanu is out of the DSS detention. I'm not seeing that effort at all. I think that these politicians are just using Kanu as a clout, chasing that whenever they get what they want, you see them deviating from the promise they have already made. Even before Soludo assumed office, he was frequenting the DSS custody, all those, and even when he assumed office, he went there, took picture with Kanu and the rest of them. But what is happening now is what we don't even understand, because everything has changed. A lot of things has changed. The promise they made to the people, they are not keeping it. Other information, Winfrey have warned the Abia State to stay away from land disputes in order to save their lives and the life of their young ones. This is why I'll be winding down the curtain. And if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, please kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Ndioma.